So a quick introduction to this one. I recorded all sorts of little video clips with the intention of stitching together one big video from this. It's all become a bit disjointed. We had some issues on site, we've had some issues here, and it's all been a bit busy. I will do a final walk round on the site when we're set up and running, and I'll probably do one when we do a teardown as well, because I know a lot of you are really quite interested in this. So my apologies for it being a bit disjointed, a bit choppy, so to speak. I'm looking at the dashboard from the firewall here, debating whether I need to go on site or not. We've got the 4G system is offline, which is not wonderful. It's not a huge problem, and it will probably come back up. I know why it's gone offline, because someone forgot to turn the smart charger on the truck on, which means the workstation and the chassis stuff have exhausted the chassis battery, and outside is pretty grim. We're probably discharging the battery as fast as we're charging it, so either I need to go back down there later, which is possibility because I think there's a film I want to see on today, or I need to send instructions on which breaker to go and ping to put the smart power supply on. So enjoy the video. As I say, sorry it's a bit bitty. We'll look in and do a bit more of a deeper dive on how this all goes together, maybe. I've got to balance commercial practice against you guys wanting the information on how it all works, but I will have a think about how to do that, and we'll get on to it. So enjoy the clips. I hope it all makes sense, and please, any comments down below if you don't understand anything or want to know any more information, and we'll see what we can do for you. Just a quick bit of freehand here. Sorry about the mess and the bad lighting, but we're going to run through how we get one of our event ADSL installs up, and we've just rebuilt most of our end nodes, so I thought I'd show you quickly what's in one of our end nodes now. So the obvious thing is the Huawei modem. We use the OpenReach ones with our own firmware just because the OpenReach ones are easy enough to get hold of. We have a power supply down there, and buried under there, if you can just see it in there, is a buck boost converter that gives us the power for the Arduino that lives up here. We have our own boards that we normally use, however we're out of them, and I have some time pressures on here. We've added some features to these, so we're going to run with the Arduinos in there for now, and we've got a new version of our boards on the way from the States. So the Arduino has an Ethernet shield on it and is connected to one of the two ports of the modem. Again, if you've got one of these or used these, you know that not both ports work. Part of our firmware update enables both ports. They are enabled on two separate VLANs. And then we have a TP-Link power injector. In this case we are running Armada exterior access points on these, but we can run cameras and other stuff. Then we have a Wago box containing all our mains, and then a PZEM1 V3, which provides us with all our mains monitoring capability. So the Arduino's in here. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Tucked away under here is a temperature sensor as well. So the Arduino is basically sat there monitoring temperature, monitoring the network connection, and monitoring the state of the mains. The main reason for the Arduino being there was to drive this LED here, which you won't see do much, but every 5 seconds, there you go, every 5 seconds it uploads data to our servers letting us know what the state of this node is, and if I reboot it, it gives us a visual indication of what's actually going on. So different lights mean different things. Red is obtaining DHCP, blue is ready, that will go green in a second when it does an update. And we can turn those LEDs on and off from our control panel, so we can tell if we've got a faulty node but we don't necessarily know which one it is. The power injector can be swapped out. We've got the TP-Link one in because we're using the TP-Link access points. We have a generic 802.11af adapter which we use in here as well, and then there's the much chunkier 24 volt based ones that some of the TP-Link stuff uses as well. So that's all there is to it. The idea is we get an idea of what's going on at the end node, and we can keep an eye on things. So I need to get these buttoned up. They're all tested now. I will actually post a link to the dashboard down there or up there, so you can have a look if they're online. Yeah, that's it for these. Thank you for watching. So we're all packed, all ready to go. It may look a mess, but there is actually some order in here. Admittedly, I did just throw the umbilical in. We're off to an event now to set up. We're providing Wi-Fi, comms, phones and card machines for the customer, and we're all ready to go. There's D-slamming our radios, big TV screen, there's another one that goes there, and there's the front of the truck. There's not really much worth looking at in there. So I've got an hour and a half drive now, or hour and a half up the A3M, the A3, and then across into deepest, darkest West Sussex for where we're headed. And so we're going to provide comms, phones and card services for this. We're hoping we can get away with using the on-site networking. We do have satellite if we need it, and the front's popped off slightly, but we've also got our 4G and our aerials if we need it, so we've got a good plan here. We've got all our radios on here which they're using as well, and one day I need to make a note of this stuff properly rather than just carrying an empty cardboard box around. But there you go. Anyway, let's get driving, and I'll come back to you probably in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I will shoot the stuff in the cab in a bit. There's our cooling system for all the networking equipment, and then we've got Jodrell bank around the back here. The area will need straightening, and we've got these 3 cables that disappear, so that one there, those 2 under there, they disappear onto the site. We've got 4G and data for the weather station up there, satellite link, and the UHF aerial there. So this is actually quite difficult to do with a radio in my ear. So that one disappears off around there, and then we'll walk around and we'll show you how this all goes together. So on the side of the vehicle, although I'm not using it at the moment, we have our power and network connections there. So I'll pause you and we'll go have a look at where these cables go. So the event's going together, well, part of the event's going together over there. So we have down here, so the cables all run to these orange boxes, and these are used to patch into the backbone. So this backbone cable runs down the middle. There's a fly on my lens. So this backbone cable runs down the middle of the site. This carries 4 channels. Then it joins with 2 other cables up there which bring 8 channels in. So there's 4 channels down each side of the site. So we'll go have a look at those in just a second. In fact, I'll bring you with me because I do like this site. It's a lovely little site. So there are 3 events on this site, and we have set up for the first event, which is fairly easy to do. That's drive-in movies over there. So just going to turn my radio down to make this easier to do. There we go. So this will be a medieval type environment in here. They've got all sorts of little bits that they've done in here to add to the ambience. And somewhere around here is our major junction. I've got to work it out based on where on the hedgerow we are. So I think, oh, this is going to be fun, because I'm having run all this cable. When I did it, I was wearing jeans, and I'm wearing shorts today. So I think that tree over there is where we're going, and I'm going to get torn to ribbons doing this. Holly. Oh, nearly did it again. I grabbed one of these the other day and that hurt. So we've got holly, we've got hawthorn, we've got brambles, and that there I think is where we're headed. Possibly. Jump the gun, we'd be up there. So we are providing internet access for press, internet access for customer, forgotten the technical term we use, internet access for card machines, PDQs. You'll be able to hear the stage over there, and just general staff internet access as well as radios for them. So here we've got one of the joint boxes. There's nothing important running through this at the moment, so we can have a look in here and show how these go together. Everything is done to be quick, simple and easy. It's a similar system to the way that BT do a lot of their work. And we open this and you'll see we've got the jelly crimps, and then we have two coming from the river. They go over all the way over there to our vehicle, and they bring in the signals for these lines. Let's walk that way, it might be easier. Ouch! I'm sure no one really wants to watch this. Oh, we started putting our fence up now. This was new. This makes it all a little bit more precarious. This is a nice side to this. So you get to work in some of these places doing the networking stuff that isn't a sterile office or a server room or something. And it has different challenges. You know, for this particular site we're being very, very careful to actually hide as much cabling as we can. So we have our cable here. I was hoping that that would be less visible, but we might need to look at that. So we can go around here a bit further. Today I'm walking around the woods. Ouch! Ow! I didn't swear. I'm impressed. So here you go. We've got another joint here. So we've got 4 channels coming in from one side, 3 channels leaving the other, and then the black cable is another channel which goes off into there to that building. So we'll go have a look at that building. I can't take you around the entire site because it's going to be a very very boring video of me walking around the woods. And to be fair, it's a lot of the same. So I'm walking to this clearing, and we have a coffee shop here that's being built. And if we come over here, you will see in the back there the, can I zoom in? Orange termination on the line. Then you have our node box there. That node box contains power supply, modem, PoE injector and the monitoring hardware. It has been running off of a big ass battery for a couple of days. But the idea of these is it allows us to keep an eye on the power at the node ends to see what's going on, spot any problems for the customer and things like that. So this one here will have another box to go with it, which will contain a PoE switch. And then on there, oh god, that food smells good. We've got to go through all that greenery over to that shack there. We've got a wireless access point to go in there, and then we've got stuff to go all the way over there as well. So there you go. It's quite simplistic, there's not a lot to it, and obviously I need to be careful about how much I give away because I don't want some of the stuff that we do that's proprietary being picked up. What have we got there? Some form of beastie's been busy. But yeah, I don't want to give away too much of our proprietary stuff. You know, the way we do this and the equipment we use to do this is kind of unique to us, and I don't really want to give information to others. Let's walk around here. So, where are we going? Under the rope. So the event that's currently on at the moment, or the part of the event that's currently on at the moment, is drive-in movies. It is Lockswood drive-in movies. You can find them easy enough on the net. If you've got the right site, everything will be very, very pink. It's running for a couple of weeks. It's well worth a visit. It's a lovely setup down here, and I will get up here and show you the field in a second. And it's a good fun afternoon or evening out. It's not too bad a drive for Hampshire. Certainly Surrey, it is in pretty much on your doorstep, as same for East Sussex. So we'll just get up the top here. I'll give you a quick look at the field, and then hopefully once they've got everybody in and sat down, we can have a look at the comms van and everything in there. So let's go over here. And there's your drive-in setup. So come in, park up, and tune your radio in. So I'll bring you back when it's all gone quiet on the radio, and I can show you the so I'll come back when it's all gone quiet on the radio, and I can show you the rest of the setup. So it's all gone quiet in here. The radio's finally shut up. So thought I'd quickly show you this part. So this is the bit that holds it all together. You've got the D-SLAM and the power management there. Those cables there patch the D-SLAM into the 3 cables you see going out. So there's 4 of those cables for each one of those. PDU up top, patch panel down the bottom for this vehicle, and then our switch at the bottom there with a failed fan. Due to heat problems, we had to take the side panels off, and we ended up going the emergency water cooling route there. So the radio's got taken down, and that's doing nicely. And if you can possibly see, we want that one on the end there. Everything in here is nice and settled down. So that there is one status display. I've got one on my desk here. I've been programming radios, and that's all there is to it. There's not really a great deal to it. There is custom hardware involved, so it's maybe not quite as simple as it appears. The air conditioning's just started up, so you'll see the current draw for the truck has just gone through the roof. Where are we? Comms units. There we go. 1.279 kilowatts. But there you go. That's all there is to it. I will probably run through in a bit more detail once we start building one of the bigger nodes, possibly the one in the coffee shop that we need to rebuild, and I'll post that. So well, there's not really much more to say. I will possibly detail how it all goes together software wise, but there's not really much to it. Anyway, I'm going for a walk. I've had my lunch. Yes, I know it's what, 5 o'clock and I've just had my lunch, but such goes with these things. Anyway, catch you soon.